Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Advancement Center, and welcome to the world of magic and miracles. I am David, and I am bringing you a vibration to support your day and your tomorrow. And I am giving you what you need to feel that vibration within yourself and to feel and know and see the magnificence of yourself. This vibration has many parts, and you can hear it in the sound of my voice, through the words that I speak. There is a vibration of the world of perfection. You can go there. There's a vibration of the world of no problems. You can go there. There's a vibration of the world of magic and miracles. You can stay there. And there's a vibration of the world of your Creator and the world beyond all worlds, all harmonizing with your own frequency, with your own technology that is your body. For you are operating just behind your body, and the vibration is felt there first, and it moves into your body. But the connection is with that you that is behind your eyes, behind your smile, that's who I'm speaking to. And that's who I'm delivering the vibration to. It's powerful. It's transformative. And it's simply you. Harmonizing all the vibrations that pour in every second of every day from your Creator. The main thing you must always know is that you're always taken care of, always looked after, no matter what it appears. And if you look back to this life, this incarnation, no matter how old you are, you can go back and you can find the moments that you were looked after. There are millions of them. And it produces something so natural that you don't know that it's happening. It's a foundation of support so that you don't have to focus all your attention on the things that can go wrong where you don't feel like you're looked after. Because once you remember that you're always looked after, you just relax. And being looked after takes on many forms, but it's always the same: looked after. And so most times we forget that we're being looked after, and we try to figure it out or try to correct it. But in that moment, we block magic and miracles. The main deliverer of the support of being looked after. Know that every situation you're being presented with is an opportunity to see something about your life, about you, so that you can go further. It may appear that it produces a focus on looking after myself. But when you can relax in the fact that you're always looked after, then you can step back and say, what am I being shown? What is this about? It certainly can't be about I'm not going to have enough of something, because I'm always looked after. Maybe it's about I have to allow magic and miracles. Maybe it's about I have to take the control out of my hands, because that's a natural feeling that we all have been forced into. Maybe it's about seeing someone else in a different way. But I guarantee you, it is never about, will I have enough? And you can look back through your life, and every moment when you didn't think you would have enough, you had enough. It didn't say you would have millions or billions. You would have enough. And that's looked after. And when you were a child and you were hungry, food appeared, and you had enough. And you didn't think, hey, I wanted a steak. You didn't care. You just had enough. And you were looked after by someone you had no idea what they were doing. You were a child, you were happy, but your mother or your father or both may have been working 12 hours that day, but that's not your world. But within their work, they had an awareness of you eating, so that no matter where they were led, they knew they had to provide food. And they didn't tell you that. They just provided food. And you ate, and you were happy, and you had all you needed. So you could focus on playing. And that's what we are living in the world of magic and miracles. Things show up, but never for the purpose of making you think that you won't be looked after. There's always something else. And when you find it, you say, ah, that's what this was about. And you realize no matter how big the deficit appeared, you would be looked after. And it's happened your whole life, almost daily. We only see the big moments, but it happens all the time. And there's this thing called fear that really is just produces a reaction, so that every reaction either comes from fear or forgetting of who you are. If you know that you are the son of parents who always provide for you, you no longer worry, you no longer fear, you no longer react, because you already know who you are and how you'll be looked after. And that allows you then to look after others, to lend a hand, because you have more than enough. You always have. And you can give away what you have because you know there's more coming. I've told this story before, I'll never forget. I was driving and had a right turn, green light, and the person headed in another direction had a left turn light, and they made a U-turn as I was making a right turn. And they looked up at me as I pulled out, and they raised their fists like, hey. Well, I had the green light, and so did they. But I saw in their face fear. The reaction was fear. And I thought, oh my goodness, they're just afraid. It wasn't personal. And I saw that's what happens with most people. The reaction is, it's like knee jerk, out of fear or out of forgetfulness, that even if we would have had an accident, I would be looked after. No matter what, I'll be looked after. And in that reaction can come blame or judgment, but it all is like a little child who got scared and just screamed out. So it comes back to knowing who you are and knowing that those that look after you have never failed and never will, because it's impossible. It's impossible to not be looked after. And we constantly are reminded of that by the beings that come into our life by the moments where we see a flower appear out of nowhere, a sunset, and we look up and we go, wow, but we don't quite see it as, oh my goodness, I'm being looked after. That was something I needed to feel and see. And it's not a requirement. It's just like the child doesn't have to say, oh my goodness, my mom worked 12 hours and she was able to give me some food. You just feel that you were taken care of. And when you're younger, even you don't even know necessarily that your parents went to the store to get the food. It just shows up. So stand tall, stay in the vibration of that knowing, stay in the vibration of the world of your creator, like a child in the vibration of their parents, a field that covers them wherever they go, whatever they're doing. They can feel the vibration of their parents. It is the same for us. So that we never fear or worry. The ancientness of you. Many have said that this planet is 13.4 billion years old. There are many other lengths of time given, but it is fair to say that most experts agree that it is at least in the millions of years old. Stop and think, so that if you could imagine yourself being a billion years old or even a million years old, stop and think about that for a while and let it sink in and imagine that it's true. Because in fact it is. You are not just the animator of this one life, this one current incarnation. I know if you think of yourself in terms of that ancientness, you can only think of being like a Neanderthal man or something that would appear as being ancient at the beginning of the creation of humanity. But know that this essence that I am now pointing to, that exists within your form, has been here since the beginningless beginning. And if you can take that in for just a second, the fact that the store is out of something that you went there to get will have the same impact on you as a fly on an elephant's back. The fact that someone didn't speak nicely to you, the fact that your car didn't operate properly, or the driver in the car next to you didn't behave properly, will carry a lot less significance. 13.4 billion years with potentially that amount of life lived. I think you can get over almost anything. I think you can laugh at almost anything. I think you can transcend almost anything. And in reality, you already have a million times over. But you forgot. And it happens when you're 25, 35, 45, 55, or 65 years old. You just go, hey, I can't believe you treated me like that. And you just react as if you were a brand new baby, just experiencing something for the first time, something like diaper rash or colic, and you scream out because you are uncomfortable and afraid. And then the next time you have colic or diaper rash, as you get older, you just go, okay, I know what this is. I've had that before. I'll survive. 13.4 billion years. 13.4 billion years. Feel your ancientness. Feel it as you talk to people at your job or on the street or on a phone call with a business. And at the same time, feel your beginningless beginning and your never ending ending, and watch how you grow as tall as a mountain, as bright as the sun, as peaceful as the calm wind, and as beautiful as the rose. For nothing comes into your life that you haven't already seen. And that's why you can smile at everything and everyone and every moment, no matter how difficult, because of 13.4 billion years. My 3-year-old grandson Isaiah asked his mother the other day, "Mommy, where did I come from? How did I get here?" And my daughter said, "You came from my belly." And then she asked him, "Where were you before you got into my belly?" And he said, "I was inside the moon." One day not long ago, as I was driving my regular drive down the freeway past the ocean, I all of a sudden felt myself standing in the valley across from the ocean where spaceships came to land in the ocean some 450,000 years ago. I could feel myself standing there and watching it all happen, watching and mostly feeling another incarnation of me. It didn't just feel so real, it was so real. I can still feel it each time I drive past that point. And I realize that I was brought to live where I do so that I would drive this drive and one day remember. And in remembering, I would know more clearly the ancientness of me and the ancientness of you. There is no actual date that can be given for the arrival of me or the arrival of you. There is an essence inside of us, a vibration and a signature that has been everything that there ever has been. I realize that this is all that I have been pointing you to. I've been pointing you to your ancientness so that you would see and feel the magnificence of it and let go of all the pettiness that so easily makes us look away from that magnificence. When I was a parent, I felt the responsibility of raising my daughter. Now, much older and a grandfather, I only smile at it all. We are like that grandfather, ancient, wise, with that spirit of been there, done that. And having the ability to say to your daughter when she says, "Isaiah has a cough that won't go away," don't worry, this too shall pass. When you feel yourself in those other incarnations, you are taken so far away from this one that you are inhabiting now. And the thought that this is all that you are completely disappears. Feel the grandness of your being that has been given your name. Feel the majestic magnificence of a being who encapsulates 13.4 billion years of life and more. And know that every moment, every joy, pain, reaction, change, love, challenge, success, And interaction is leading you to that being, that essence, that eternity, and that power. So feel it, know it, and expand into infinity right before our eyes. The ancientness of you, and the fullness of you, and the allness of you is making its way to the fore. And you and the world will never be the same. These things come to us because it is time for them to come to us. The conductor waves the baton to start the music for all humanity to hear. And as we hear the music, we pass it forward because that's what we have always done. Remember, remember, and you will walk into the world of perfection untouched by all disturbance. The music is playing all around you, pointing you towards your ancientness and your invincibility. Listen more than anything you can ever do. Simply listen. Come with me to the awareness of yourself as a presence that is far more capable, far more powerful than the one who struggles in this limited physical dimension. Raise your arms and feel the 13.4 billion years. Open your eyes and see that this lifetime is just one grain of sand on the infinite beach of your ancientness. Open your ears and heart and feel and hear the words that Simeon speaks to you about your incomparable grandness, and begin to see yourself as you are seen, a timeless, spaceless, formless, immortal spiritual being. This is the ancientness of you. And to all those beings, our Creator, the entities that support us, Simeon, the angels, those in our origin, you, me, that part of you that sits at the right hand of the Creator. I bring these words forward in song. Even as the sparrow has a place to lay its head, so why let worry steal my breath? Even the roses, you have glowed them brilliant red. Still I'm the one you've loved more than this. You give me everything. You give me everything. You give me everything I need. You give me everything. You give me everything. You give me everything I need. Even the oceans push and pull at your command, so you can still my heart with your hand. You tell the seasons when it's time for them to turn, so I will trust you even if it sometimes hurts. You give me everything. You give me everything. You give me everything I need. You give me everything. You give me everything. You give us everything we need. I give you everything. You give me everything. I give you everything you need. A vibration I give you to overcome the fear. A vibration they send us to overcome all your worry. They give us everything. They give us everything. We give each one of us everything that we need. They give us everything. You give me everything. I give you everything you need. Everything you need. And we keep giving because that's why we're here. And I give you what's already yours, what already belongs to you that comes through this vibration, a perfect life, perfect health, and a magic future. Thank you for joining me. I am David.